Hello, this is my math learning log, and we're going to be talking about Egyptian multiplication today. We're going to be talking about what Egyptian multiplication is, the benefits of using it, the challenges, drawbacks of using it as well as some strategies for learning. So, Egyptian multiplication is an ancient form of multiplication used by the Egyptians that relies on doubling, only using our 2 times tables, in the sense that you have a digit over here on this side, multiplied by another digit, and we have 2 columns. So on and so forth. That's 1, 2, we're just doubling our numbers, 4, 8, the next one would be 16, and then we would be doubling this digit. So in this example of 74 times 15, we actually need to keep going on the left side in that first column because we're looking for a number that reaches this but does not exceed it. So if we go 8, 16, 32, 64, if we kept going, obviously that would surpass 74, so we stop here and we double this. 15, 30, doubling that is 60, doubling that is 120, 240, 480, 480 doubled would be 960. Then we get a group combination of numbers on this side that add up to 74. So we'll take 64 and add 10 to that. We can use this 8 and this 2. We're going to add all of those numbers together. $900 plus 100 is 1,000. 60 plus 20 is 80, plus 30 is 110. 0 plus 0 plus 0 is 0. And we have our answer. Now, this is sort of the best benefit of Egyptian multiplication, and it's that multiplying larger numbers, 2 to 3 digit numbers, becomes simpler because we're skipping numbers that we don't necessarily need to worry about, and we're only focusing on factors that up to the answer. So here we have 64 times 15 is 960. 8 times 15, 120. 2 times 15, 30. We know that these add up to 74. Therefore, all of those answers from the multiplication equal 74 times 15. Egyptian multiplication is also an inviting multi-step process that should not intimidate or scare any students. It helps them see that there are many ways to solve a problem, not simply the way that I was taught, where we have 74 times 15, and then we do a bunch of crossing over and adding down here. It's just another way I find that is easier. It also helps students to understand the distributive property of multiplication by adding them together and realizing that that's 74, as well as the commutative property in equations, because if we were to reverse this equation and have 15 times 74 on this side, we obviously would stop before 16. That would mean that we'd have to add all of these up. We would have to do the 74 doubled on this side until, I believe, 592 would be here. Add all of those up, but because we know the commutative property, we know that it would be 1,110, just the same. The challenges, drawbacks for using Egyptian multiplication are that it can be slightly confusing for beginners in multiplication Not because it's difficult, but because of the steps needed to complete an equation using this technique. It's sort of unnecessary steps for simple one-digit equations. If we were to do 7 times 7, for say, and 1, 2, 4, 8 would exceed this number, so we don't have to go that far. 1 times 7, 7, double that, 14, double that, 28. 4 plus 2 plus 1 is 7, so we have to use all of these. 28 plus 14 plus 7. 20 plus 10 is 30. 7 plus 4 is 11. Plus this 8 is 19. 49. And it just seems like a bunch of extra steps to get to this point when there are much more appropriate manners to use single digits. It's really only helpful for those students that have a firm grasp of addition, multiplication, and place value to use this technique to its full potential. In using numbers that are 2 digits or 3 digits. This is where Egyptian multiplication really shines. And in that way, we have a multitude of strategies for learning, but one would be, I think, a simple introduction to this topic because students love doubling numbers. I feel like one thing every student does in math is 1 plus 1 is 2, 2 plus 2 is 4, 4 plus 4 is 8, 8 plus 8 is 16, and so on and so forth, which is exactly the same as this column over here. And it's this sense of doubling that really lets Egyptian multiplication break through and show that it is still relevant today, long after the Egyptians have used this technique, and that it should be integrated into the classrooms. To a degree, of course. Thank you.